Hey, welcome back everyone, it's me, Mr. 4K. On this video, I'm going to show you exactly why you need PlayStation VR2. Currently, I'm using a PS5 Pro, and people have asked me through email, people have been asking me, is there really a difference between a regular PS5 Pro the regular PS5 and the PS5 Pro when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on PlayStation VR2. All right, here's what I can tell you from my own experience. Now, officially, Asobo has not like acknowledged any kind of like a PS5 Pro upgrades. Okay, but me personally, who have already tried both regular PS5 and PS5 Pro with the PlayStation VR2, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 to me just looks a little bit sharper and a little bit more vibrant in HDR, and there seems to be a consistency with a performance, especially when it comes to like the loading the scenery. It seems to be more consistent. All right, so now this is just my experience, okay? So I just need you guys to understand that. All right, let's go inside the cockpit, shall we? All right, let's go. All right, so we are inside the cockpit. This is a 737 Max. That's my co-pilot there, Miss Lee. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start the plane, shall we? I can tell you right now, the very first thing that I notice on this 737 Max is I notice just how well HDR tone mapping is being presented here. Everything gets lit up very nicely. You know, those rotational lights over there that you see, the way they rotate are very realistic. In the HDR, it's really depicting the light and the shadow and the contrast between, you know, the dark and light very well. Even the way this light it's reflecting on Ms. Lee over here, like I can see uh, the difference. All right, so let's turn on the lights and everything. I think we need to turn on the see taxi lights right there, looking good, looking good. Taxi lights, right runaway turn off light, turn that on as well. You see how bright it is, see how good it looks. Okay, and I'm recording this in 4K so that way you guys can see this in 4K. As I told you, everything that I record nowadays, it's in 4K. All right, everything's HLG, a Hyperlog Gamma 4K where it's available, and hopefully that this video can at least give you some better perspective of just how detailed this is. But if you truly want to understand how beautiful it looks, you will need to purchase the PS5 Pro and the PlayStation VR2. Okay, and this is my opinion for everybody who's watching. I'm not trying to sell you PS5 Pro, and I know it kind of sounds like I'm trying to, but I'm not. This is my honest opinion. Me having tried base PS5 with the PlayStation VR2, and now me having tried PlayStation VR2 with the PS5 Pro, I can tell you that this is much better on the PS5 Pro. It looks better. Hold on a second. Let me just that there, because we're gonna need that. All right, let's get in touch with the ATC. We're going to need a taxi. No, not a taxi. The pushback. I'm going to go to ground services. Go back to the clearance. Request passenger boarding. Well, we don't want to. You know, I just want the pushback. All right, so the pushback. Here we go. There he goes, right there. HDR looks phenomenal, man. Let me tell you something, man. This looks phenomenal. I don't know how else to say it other than I feel like I'm really in this plane, honestly. Like I'm really flying this plane. This is 737 MAX. 737 MAX is one of my favorite airplanes. I believe it's a Boeing 737 MAX. Okay, I need to release my brakes, obviously. Off the pushback. She will automatically let the uh, let the guy know that when it's enough of a pushback. So that's why I have a co-pilot, Ms. Lee. That is her job. Her job is to acknowledge. Right, Ms. Lee? All right, good, 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 good. She's in a good mood today, so that's good. Actually, it's a good news. Makes it easier for me. It makes this flight much easier when you're co-pilot. It's in a good mood, right? Still need to push back a little bit further. Looks like it's going to be raining. There's a cloud formation over there. We're in Miami, by the way, just for the record. We got plenty of space here to move around. Honestly, we good. Yeah, we're good here. We're good. We're all good here. All right, so let's acknowledge the clearance. She'll do that. I'm proud of you, actually. You're doing pretty good, Ms. Lee. All right, so let's taxiway to the runway 30P. Okay, and turn on the tower 118.3. We'll do that right now, so we can be all set and ready. So we'll listen to a lot of chatter from ATC right now. Hold on. Let's actually go ahead and turn around. I'm going to slowly close that up. So we're going to slowly turn around. Don't worry, we're good. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. I know what I'm doing. I've done this before, okay? Right, Ms. Lee? I've done many flights like this before. Correct. Don't be nervous. I know. Oh, Mr. 4K is not a real pilot. Trust me. I'm good enough of a pilot. I've been playing Microsoft Flight Simulator for a long time. Honestly, I think I could become a pilot. If Tom Cruise can do it, so can I. Okay, if what's his name, John Travolta can do it, so can I. Right, Misley? All right, so let's go. Let's taxi. The whole point of this video is to tell you my experience why you need PlayStation VR2 and a PS5 Pro. But people will say, but what if I can't afford a PS5 Pro? Listen, base PS5 is still good. But I just noticed that the PlayStation VR2 version is more stable. The HDR is more vibrant, and it just looks better, guys. Listen, I have no reason to lie to you. I'm not sponsored by PlayStation. They're not paying me to shill for PS5 Pro, okay? I'm not like part of their marketing team, so you can rest assured, okay? I'm not sponsored. If I was sponsored, I would have to let the YouTube know that I'm sponsored. I can't just like, shill for a company without actually acknowledging that I'm sponsored, right? Because you have to do that. That's part of the YouTube policy, which is actually good that they're requiring content creators to do that. What I'm simply trying to tell you is this is from my own experience. You don't have to believe me. Remember, you watching this video, right, Ms. Lee? They're watching this video to make their own, judgment, but I'm not here trying to sell you on anything. I'm not here trying to sell you on a PlayStation VR2. I'm not here trying to sell you on a PS5 Pro. Just like I wasn't trying to sell you on a Nintendo Switch 2 either. It's all personal experience. Everything that I purchased with my own cash. Nothing is given to me. I'm not required to say, oh, this is great, or this is good, or this is bad, or whatever. I am just telling you my own experience. But people say, but don't you think that's expensive, Mr. 4K? Okay, well, let's look at PC. How much it's going to cost you to experience this on PC, right? With VR. And remember, this is more convenient. PC is not convenient. There's all kinds of applications and jumps and hoops and updates you have to go through. It's not as simple as that, right? So, right, Ms. Lee? This is more convenient. So, okay, $900 for PS5 Pro. Okay. So you have to pay $900 for PS5 Pro and $600 for PlayStation VR2. What are we looking at? We're looking at $1,500. $1,500. Now think about it. $1,500. That's just a PC. For you to buy like a decent PC. Like a decent PC, and there's no guarantees that you'll be able to run, these super expensive VR headset with a $1,500 PC. So that's just a PC, right? A decent PC with an i5 processor or a Ryzen 5 or whatever. Think about it. And then you have to purchase another, $1,500 GPU on top of that. You're looking at like, let me see. You're looking like at $2,500, man. That's just a PC to run a VR headset. And then you got to buy a VR headset. So you're looking at like a $3,000. So you tell me what's more convenient and what's cheaper. Is it cheaper to pay $1,500 for both PSVR2 and PS5 Pro, or is it more cheaper to pay $3,000 for a high-end PC plus the VR headset? Plus the VR headset. It depends on what kind of VR headset you're looking for. I mean, listen, I think this is better choice. Honestly, I think this is far better choice. But you don't have to go with the PS5 Pro. Here's another thing. I recommend PS5 Pro because PlayStation VR2 runs better with a PS5 Pro GPU. Okay, but you don't have to go with the PlayStation 5 Pro. You can go with a base PS5. You can buy a base PS5 and buy a PlayStation VR2, and like $1,200, you could have a base PS5 and PlayStation VR2. So for $1,200, you can have this experience. So what I'm trying to say is you don't necessarily have to go with a PS5 Pro. I'm just saying that with a PS5 Pro, you'll have a much better experience, right, Ms. Lee? Ms. Lee doesn't trust me. She thinks that I'm trying to sell you PS5 Pro. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not trying to sell you anything, guys. But I know when you watch this video, it's going to sound like I'm trying to sell you something. You're going to say, I don't know, Mr. 4K, you sound like a salesman. Well, I used to be a salesman, all right? But I'm not anymore, okay? I mean, I still have those, you know, uh, traits of being a salesman because I know how to sell. But I don't. That's why I'm a good talker. That's why I know how to talk because I'm a good salesman. You have to be a good actor. Why all the good actors are pretty good talkers? Because they're actors. They're trained. They know what to say and how to say it. Okay, that's you know. Why do you think Tom Cruise is a good speaker? Because he's trained. He knows how to talk. Well, he also has a good looks too, so that helps. He has a good voice, a good looks, and all of that, and he's a big movie star, so sure. What comes out of his mouth, people listen. Yeah, I mean, all right. So we need to go ahead and stop here. We need to get the clearance to take off, and yeah, and we're good. I think she already did the clearance, but I'll just double check to make sure. Yeah, just want to double check, make sure that I. Okay, so we're cleared for takeoff, so we're all good. We don't have to worry about it. Okay. Why do I keep this here? I keep the communication here just if I need to like acknowledge something. So I keep it here, even though I have my co-pilot. But sometimes you have to get a clearance for, not sometimes, all the time you have to get a go-ahead clearance for landing. You always need a clearance for everything. You can't just land. Oh, I want to land here. I want to land there. You need a clearance. All right, so let's go ahead. Right, Ms. Lee? You need a clearance for everything. That's right. This 737 MAX, Boeing, my favorite plane by far. I love this plane, dude. Um, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this flight. Well, of course, we're not going to fly all the way to Atlanta because, I'm recording this in 4K and I don't have enough, space on my SSD, my solid state drive to do the entire flight. This is just me explaining to you why I recommend PS5 Pro with the PlayStation VR2. Right, Ms. Lee? Should we go ahead and take off? Of course, slowly. Slowly, see, slowly and gently. Flaps up. There's a full moon over there. Alexa, turn off TV. Thank you. All right, gears up. Flaps up. That's Miami for you. It's nice and cloudy, but there's a little bit of opening. We can see the moon over there. The 737 MAX. My favorite by far. This is my favorite plane to fly. 737 MAX. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you want me to do these 4K live streams, uh, so you can see the entire flight, like a long flight, you know. And like I said, let's reach, 60,000 subscribers, so that way I can open the chat and open the comments, because I know how much you guys want to talk to me, and you got so many questions. And I know you guys have to, resort to email and just contact me through email, and I know it kind of sucks, but let's get to 60,000, and I'll open the chat, I'll open the comments, and I know you guys have so many questions you want to ask about PS5 Pro, about PlayStation VR2, about the monitors and TVs, and all kinds of different questions. I understand. But I also need you guys to understand, that I also need to reach a certain number of subscribers. Right, Ms. Lee? Well, look at that. Look how beautiful that looks, man. This is so realistic. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. 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 Amazing. Like I said, it is cloudy, so it's been raining a lot down here lately. All right, it's been 21 minutes. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, man. That is beautiful. You can see the moon. You can see the clouds down there. You can see the city of Miami. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Right, Ms. Lee? Let's take a photo. It's beautiful. HDR looks phenomenal. Let me tell you something. HDR on this headset just looks phenomenal. You have to remember, this VR headset has the OLED panel and HDR, very bright HDR. And when you combine it with a PS5 Pro and the that extra juice that the PS5 Pro has, obviously with PSSR2, which is PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution 2, with that extra 16 teraflops, then you will have an amazing, right, Miss Lee, an amazing experience here. But then again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you my honest experience. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do, to give you my honest opinion. You don't have to believe me, ultimately, at the end of the day, you will have to try this out for yourself. When it comes to VR, I've been asked so many times about this, and I always tell people the same thing. You have to try it out. But you have to also remember, I'm a veteran when it comes to VR. I've been using VR since, the original Oculus Rift first prototype, and then before that I was using a Samsung Gear VR, HTC Vive. So I've been through so many VR headsets. Of course, all the Oculus Quests, Oculus Quest 2, Oculus Quest 1, and Oculus Quest 3, which I still have my Oculus Quest 3. So I'm no stranger. Original PlayStation VR, of course, PlayStation VR2. So keep in mind, you're getting a feedback from someone who has an experience, you know. Even though I might sound like I'm trying to sell you something, but I'm not. I love this turbulence, how this plane has that turbulence, you know, which makes it more realistic. Look at this. This is amazing. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, that looks great. That looks great. Look at that. Beautiful. 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 All right, Ms. Lee, I think it's time for me to end this video. It's 26 minutes, all right? It's time for me to end this video. Thank you, Ms. Lee, for being here. And thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring, right, Ms. Lee? Right. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much. And thank you, Ms. Lee, for flying with me, my one and only co-pilot, Ms. Lee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.